What's up, motherfuckers? Alright, so Creator's here, back with guns, back with Leon.
Yo.
We have something to talk to you guys about. So, we're hanging out, having a couple beers. Matter of fact, we got a couple beers right now. A couple weeks ago, and we see this video from Naruto Explained, and it was from his 5 Kage podcast, first episode, and they're talking about Sakura, and they misinform a lot of stuff. So that's what we're going to go over today. We have several points that we would like to bring up. Matter of fact, we have 32 points in total written down, and that is what we're going to go over right now. So I don't know who wants to get started on this, or if you want me to just get started and then you guys can chime in, however you guys want to do it. So the first point is at 1 minute and 25 seconds in. They're already admitting that they're Sakura dick writers. Again, minute 25, Sakura dick writers. They even say that in the video. So, who wants to cover this one?
It's pretty self-explanatory.
I mean, I really don't think we would need to waste time covering this because they literally clearly admit that their opinions are biased. I mean, they're literally admitting, hey, doesn't matter what we say, even if it's negative towards Sakura, we're still with her. So I feel that first point is pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah. Oh, we forgot to say this in the opening, but this will contain spoilers for Naruto, Naruto Shippuden, Boruto, and Black Clover. So if you're not caught up on those, FYI, spoilers will be in the video. So yes, that's the first point. Like I said, minute 25 in, they're already admitting bias. If you're going to do a video on somebody, and probably should have said this in the beginning, but we're not saying that Sakura is a 100% trash, horrible character. She has good abilities. She has good intents. What we're saying is we're trying to cover up the misinformed stuff. Sakura, we're just trying to present the facts. I personally think, and I know Leon and Guns agree as well, that she's not a good fighter. If she were to just stay, as a medical ninja, that would be it. You guys pretty much agree with that?
Pretty much, because there was like a lot of things that, like, all the higher ups it's like, oh, we're just gonna look over this, even though you're not very trained at all in fighting or whatnot. We'll let you go onto the front lines with Naruto and whoever.
Yeah, because that's what you're supposed to do with the medics, have them fight in the front line.
Yeah, and we're actually going to get to that point because they bring up the 4 rules of medical ninjas, and we will get to that in a little bit. Point number 2, at 2 minutes and 20 seconds, they state Sakura is going to be the 8th Hokage and could one-shot Delta. At this point contains Boruto spoilers, so just be advised of that. We have some notes here written down. And it's kind of 2 things in the one with the 8th Hokage and one-shot in Delta, or taking out the car organization in general. So do you guys want to elaborate on this? Well, let's cover the 8th Hokage thing really quick before we even get to the Delta thing, because it's pretty self-explanatory. You guys, all right. So I'll start. Okay.
In terms of skill, Hokage would be Konohamaru.
And it very well could be. I mean, there's just a lot of good choices besides that. Konohamaru, there's Shikamaru, there's Sasuke. I mean, Sasuke's pretty much the...
Yeah, but Sasuke and Shikamaru, they're more in the shadows.
They're more like his advisors. But
if you spoiler coming up, by the way. So in Boruto manga, Naruto gets captured, right, by Jigen. Who is it that steps up? That is his advisor. That steps up, puts this shit on lockdown, and takes control of the situation. Shikamaru. So, there's multiple examples. I mean, Shikamaru's intelligence very, very well on its own. His skill, I mean, war hero, intelligent, smartest one to Konoha 11. And I mean, that's just facts. Like, no one can outsmart Kameharu. And he's been doing this. Shikamaru. Sorry. Sorry, been drinking a little bit. But anyway, point is that as far as intelligence-wise, no one is smarter than him. So this isn't going to turn into a video discussion of 8th Hokage. My point is there's a lot of people that would be above Sakura.
That would be better suited
for the position. And again, that's just opinion based. That's why we want to just quickly touch on that, because that's more opinions. We're not going to sit here and break down every character. But in our personal opinions, there's better people suited for that. And if you guys want to see an actual video of that, let us know. We will do it. That's all we have to say on the 8th Hokage thing. Now, the interesting thing, and the one that we actually wrote notes down for, and I wish we would have put the chapter on this one, but it is in the Boruto manga. And the biggest thing is, I'm gonna read you exactly what we wrote down here. So, in the Boruto manga, when Naruto is facing Delta, because they brought up Delta specifically, we'll go over Kara here in a minute, but I want to touch on Delta specifically. So again, I don't have the chapter on me. Maybe one of you guys can pull up the chapter where he actually faces Delta. While I read this, but Naruto in the battle, of course, it's he's protecting his two sons, and Naruto, they're not going to take him, okay? Because Delta comes down and is trying to collect him for the Karma Seal. Naruto steps in, and they end up fighting. And in the battle, Naruto actually goes KCM mode and has a hard time fighting Delta. And plain and simple, Naruto is struggling to fight against that. And Naruto, fighting-wise, is better than Sakura. So
fighting skills, yeah. In my opinion, the only thing Sakura knows how to do is punch things.
Yeah, and she's not a very good fighter, and that's going to be a recurrent thing for this video. Medical-wise, yes, she's a great medical ninja, but fighter-wise, she's just not up to par with someone like Naruto, for instance, or Sasuke.
Konohamaru.
I mean, yeah, a lot of different people. Yeah. Kakashi, Guy, Rock Lee. She's just not up to par with them. So, I mean, and power scale, if we're just talking about power scale wise, right? Delta has her body
as an entire scientific
ninja tool, right? So, she can do all of these stuff, and she gets power buffs and stuff like that, which is why Naruto had to go to KCM mode in the manga. And, I mean, I think the evidence speaks for itself, It's one of those things where Naruto's a better fighter. He had a hard time taking her down. Sakura, who clearly isn't, and again, we can get, this is just an overview of the points. We can get more in depth if you guys want to. We'll make a separate videos if you guys want. But because this video is already going to be long enough. But it's one of those things. Naruto had a hard time fighting Delta. Sakura would have an even harder time fighting her. That's about it for this point.
That should be
good. Yeah. So. All right, so point number 3 out of the bunch. At 3 minutes, about 3 minutes 35 seconds, and this is the big point right here. Okay, Sakura saves Naruto. I'm gonna read you exactly what we did, because we went through the manga. We spent hours going through the manga and collecting these evidence. And I actually have the chapter for this one. But when we did the editing of the video, I'll put in the chapter where Naruto fights Delta in the Boruto manga. I'll have it on screen somewhere. But for this point, her saving Naruto. And the big thing people like to talk about is the war arc, right?
Yeah.
And how many times did we go through that specific arc for this video? A lot.
Oh, God. I mean,
that and the pain arc.
Yes. Which we will get to. and I think we can talk about it, and I think it'll kind of clear up itself along with the actual panels that will be provided in the video. So, chapter 660, Tsunade said, and I quote, "I don't have enough chakra left to perform medical ninjutsu. Take Sakura along. Sakura should be able to help." So that's when, of course, Gaara is coming down with Naruto. He's coming down. And they were he got Sakura, and they were going towards Minato. But during this instance, if you look into the manga, everybody pretty much had to tell Sakura to basically shut the hell up and get on the sand, because she was talking and she was trying to figure out what's going on. And I get it, like, you know, cool, I get it, but at the same time, like, get on there, you know. So she ends up getting on in chapter 6. Actually, both of these were 662, chapter 662. And then Hinata actually states in the manga, and I quote, "Naruto's heartbeat, it's Balump getting weaker. Balump, Naruto. Big brother Neji, please protect Naruto." So she's using her Byakugan and seeing that his heart's getting weaker. So keep that in mind. So Sakura, in response to this, starts giving out chest compressions. And Sakura states, "My chakra is almost all at this rate, Naruto's going to die." And being a medical ninja, she knows that Naruto's going to die. Like, I mean, the QB just got extracted from him, you know? I mean, it states very clearly in the manga, once that happens, you know, the host will eventually die.
No matter what their bloodline is.
No matter what their bloodline is, exactly. So, Sakura then goes on to state at chapter 663, the Nine-Tails chakras, the Nine-Tails chakra, because she starts to sense the Nine-Tails chakra, and she says, and this is the big point, I want you to pay attention to this, because it actually comes from Sakura's mouth herself. The Nine-Tails chakra, no heartbeat or pulse. My medical ninjutsu aren't working. So, his heart stops. His pulse stops. He's legally dead.
Yeah.
There's no matter how you look at it, he's legally dead. He's legally dead, okay? There's no other way to put that. No heartbeat, no pulse, dead, period. Sakura states it herself in chapter 663. But we're not done yet. So, after this, Gaara then proceeds to tell Sakura the only way to save Naruto is Minato. And Gaara states, same chapter, 663. Right now there isn't any other way to save Naruto. They have to get to Minato, because they have to put the other half of Nine-Tails in him. That's what they were going for.
Yeah.
And there's nothing Sakura can do. I mean, she states it herself. He's dead. He's legally dead. So it then goes on to state that so then Sakura ends up cutting into Naruto's side, right? And starts manually pumping his heart. Ba-dum, 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 okay? Even though Naruto's legally dead. So, you know, she's making comments like, "I'm not going to let you die, blah, blah, blah." But he's already legally dead. We already know that, okay? It states it in the manga, okay? I just read off the passage and the chapter to you. So, we know he's legally dead. She starts pumping heart compressions, and pretty much what happens after that is they end up getting there, and of course, Minato and Kakashi end up fighting Zetsu and Madara, because they were trying to stop them from putting the other half of Nine-Tails into them and stuff like that. And then Obito actually takes Sakura and Naruto into the other dimension. And Obito then, and it's stated in the manga, again, once Naruto, because this one, so they back it up a little bit. They go into the other dimension, and Naruto's laying there, and that's when he sees the Sage of Six Paths, right? Then he starts seeing all of the tailed beasts, and it is actually stated that Obito forcibly extracted a piece of each of the tailed beasts' chakra from Madara and put them inside Naruto. Naruto, yeah. So while this is going on, he meets the Sage of Six Paths, gets his power, and returns to the battlefield. So he goes into the other dimension. Obito puts him back in. Naruto's alive, and it actually states. I think we're going to get to it later on, but it actually states how Sage of Six Paths is talking to him, and Naruto asks, "Am I dead?" And the Sage of Six Paths responds with,
"That depends what happens outside."
Yes. I don't remember exactly what chapter it is. We wrote it down somewhere, but if you go over there to like around chapter 663 to 665, somewhere around there.
It'll be around there.
You'll be able to find it because it actually states that. So again, what does this tell us? Sakura did not save Naruto. Naruto was legally dead. And there was nothing she could do about it. She states it. I mean, no pulse, no heartbeat. So, and it's actually Obito that puts...
that saves Naruto.
That saves Naruto, you know. And then Naruto comes back with the powers. And, I mean, that's pretty much it. So... So, yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty self-explanatory. I just read exactly what it had. Leon, you have anything you want to add?
Well, I think with being honest, I think you covered a lot of the key points that we wrote down for point 3 about that. So, to be honest, I really don't have that much else to say. I pretty much agree with what you said, and if anyone out there don't like it, sorry, it's our truth.
Yeah. All right, so point number 4. Okay, yeah, point number 4. Again, it's just saving Naruto, which we have already covered in point 3. We're not going to revisit that. So point number 6. Point number 6. All right, so point number 6, and again, this ties into point number 3. And okay, I skipped. I skipped some. So point number 5 and 6 are at 4 minutes and 2 seconds. Sakura saves Naruto by pumping his heart. We've already discussed that. Fact is false. Point number 6 at 4 minutes 44 seconds. Naruto stalls for Sage of Six Paths. Sakura stalls for the Sage of Six Paths. Again, false. We've already covered that. Point number 4.
That we skipped by
accident. By the way, if you don't have a beer, might as well grab one right now. At 3 minutes 50 seconds, Sakura saves Naruto from Zabuza.
That never happened.
And we literally combed, and when I mean combed, we went from the beginning of the Land of Waves arc all the way to the end of it, and never saw a single fucking iota, panel, the whole 9 yards of Sakura supposedly pushing Naruto out of the way of whatever shuriken or kunai was coming at him that Zabuza threw.
So, yeah, so the actual first fight starts at chapter 12, and I believe it goes to chapter 16 in the manga. If you want to look it up yourself or look on screen, and there is nothing. So, yeah, I don't really know what else to say on that one. What are we on? Point number 7. All right, so this is what I find interesting about this, okay? So Jo The Animator made some comments at 5 minutes 27 seconds, stating he was asking if Tsunade was over her fear of blood. And the reason we put that down is because I think it's important. Okay, that happened in the first part of Naruto, and I mean that's pretty well known that she got over her fear of blood.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, if you're one of those fans that have read the manga from start to finish and have read it multiple times, then you would honestly know that she got over her fear of blood.
Yeah, she got over it after the Kabuto fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, after her and Naruto fought Kabuto and Orochimaru.
Yes.
And Jiraiya too.
But of course, Jiraiya was kind of drugged at the moment, so he really wasn't up to his full strength. But we're not going to mention that.
Yeah, no. But what we will say is the reason I think that that's important is because if you're wrong on that, or I can't say wrong, but if you don't know that, then what else don't you know? You know,
because it makes you start to question, makes fans and that start to question if you're actually truthful about the manga.
Their legitimacy.
Yeah, of your legitimacy.
Yeah.
To be honest, sorry if we slur certain things. We're not very full on grammar here. Not to mention we've been drinking, so don't like it. We don't care.
Yeah. Yeah. You can go fuck yourself. But no. Getting back to topic. Yeah. I mean, I think again, you start out a video saying that you're a Sakura dick rider, so that's bias right there, and then not even 10 minutes into the video, at 5 minutes 27 seconds, you make a comment like that, and it's what are you doing?
And it's like even in the video that we saw, he made it sound like he had no clue. Like this was just an educated guess to him. When if you've watched either the show, but we're basing our facts off the manga that we've read.
Yeah.
She got over her fear. How do you not know that?
She got over her fear like early on in her character.
Yeah. So that I think that pretty much hammers it home.
All right, on to the next point, Creeder.
All right, so the next point is point number 8. 6 minutes and 15 seconds ish. It states that if Sakura wasn't a medical ninja, then
oh yes,
yeah.
I remember that at this point. Supposedly, if Sakura did not decide to become a medical ninja, these people would be dead. Nada, Tsunade's assistant, Lady Chiyo, and supposedly, where they even mentioned in the video, Sasori has apparently been sighted wandering the lands.
Yeah, we're not even going to touch on that though, because that's a hypothetical, and hypothetically speaking,
there's no fucking way he's alive.
Well, no, not even that. Hypothetically speaking, like even if Sakura wasn't there, I feel like Chiyo could have handled that. But again, that's a hypothesis. We're not even going to get into that.
Mm-hmm.
But where we are going to get into is facts. So, point 8 and point 9 kind of tie together. Because they mention, Lady Chiyo and Hinata. Now they do mention, Gar's brother, Kanguro. He would, Sakura did save him, okay? Give credit where credit's due. There's no way to dispute that. She saved him. However, there is a way to dispute Chiyo and Hinata, and that's what we're going to get into right now.
Yeah.
So
this was another fun point, guys, that we had to look up.
Yep. So I read the last one. I think it's only fair. Point 8 and 9.
All right. Now, I only did the writing for this point, but I also read it as well. And let me tell you, folks, I've never had the biggest headache in all my life. Because the way they described it is that halfway through the fight, Sakura did not... pretty much, if you've read the manga or if you've watched the show, you know like probably mid-halfway through the fight...
and this is the Sasori versus Sakura and Chiyo fight, by the way. Just keep that in mind.
That Sakura starts to get a little worn down. She's not as quick. She's making some mistakes. So she looks over at Chiyo and, plain and simple, tells her, use me as one of your puppets.
Matter of fact, why don't you go ahead and read what we wrote down so that way they get exactly the chapter and exactly what was stated.
Alright, I'm going to read just like a few literal comments from the manga itself. This one is...
Well, tell them the chapter before you read it.
About from chapter... Well, at chapter 268, Sasori brings out a puppet of the third Kazekage. Now, if any of you don't know who the third Kazekage is, creator, you mind giving him a heads up?
It's literally the third Kazekage. It's the I guess he wouldn't say great. So Kazekage was the village leader of the Sand Village. The third one is the one that Sasori assassinated before Gaara's father took office.
Now, what I'm going to read to you is like just a few of the actual from the manga.
Again, what chapter was it?
268 to about, let me comb through my notes here. About 268 to about 273, 275, around that gap.
Okay.
Now this is the first comment. Chiyo makes the following comment. Oh, this girl using a letter bomb to dissipate the poison gas that she nearly blew herself up along with the trap. How reckless.
So what he's talking about is actually at one point in the fight, Sakura gets pinned up into the poison mist. In order to get out of it, she uses a paper bomb to basically blow herself up to push herself back out of it. And then what he just read was Chiyo's remark.
Granted, it probably saved her life, but at the exact same time,
it could have ended it.
Like I said, I'm not gonna repeat myself. You've seen the stuff. You've seen how fucking dangerous that shit is if you're not careful with it. And literally, that wasn't just, oh, I'm gonna throw it. No, I'm gonna detonate it point blank where I'm at to get out of this.
Yeah. So go ahead and continue.
All right. Now there is I will read the comment for this, but there is a point in it where Chiyo tells Sakura how amazing it is. Like throughout her being controlled, she's gotten so good to where Chiyo doesn't even need to control her. Yet, with this comment, it's kind of counterintuitive in a way. Chiyo makes this remark. Sakura, you get away from here. I'll take care of this. Sakura, what? I did not expect this. You are no match for him now. Not with this card in play.
And they're talking about the third Kazekage puppet.
Mm-hmm.
Is what they're referring to.
Yeah.
Now, at chapter 269, it's like sort of a contradicting statement because I'll read the comment, of course, but Chiyo is praising Sakura at how good she is throughout the fight. Yet as soon as we come up to right here, it completely changes. Now Chiyo doesn't have faith in Sakura's abilities. She thinks Sakura is like no match for her, yet just a few minutes ago she was praising her to the high heavens.
Now granted, she was praising her, and then the third Kazekage got brought out. So keep that in mind.
Yeah, keep that in mind, people. Okay, I'm going to scroll down. And of course,
why don't you after it's revealed, after she makes those comments, why don't you say what Sakura says in her own words, granted.
Okay, let me find that.
And that was something about being a puppet because that's the only thing she could do, something along those lines.
Yeah, pretty much Sakura.
Yeah, let me see. Yeah. No, it's all right. It's all right. He was doing a good job. I just want to really pin this at home.
It's just there's so much info to comb through. It's
so basically, she controls Sakura. Sakura uses it blows herself up. She makes a comment about how reckless. Chiyo makes a comment about how reckless that is. Chapter 268, Sasori brings up their Kazekage puppet. Yeah, and then Chiyo, after that is brought up, Chiyo makes the comment about Sakura. You get away from here. I'll take care of it. You can't handle this. Da, 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 da. So that happens. And then let's see.
There's a lot of info to come through, guys. Like
response
we
from
made
their
a
use
lot
of the
of
public.
notes.
Says. Okay, so yeah, so right after Chiyo makes that comment, and I quote, I believe it's the same chapter. I believe it's 269. I believe it's that chapter. It's 270, somewhere around that part.
If we get it wrong, we'll link the chapters of the manga to where they at in the video description below, so that way you guys can go and check it out.
All right, but basically, at Sakura replies, at this point, all I can do is fight as a puppet.
And I quote, all she can do is fight as a puppet.
Yeah, she makes that comment. She makes that statement. And pretty much saying all she's good for is a puppet.
Like, there's nothing else she can do. She's too worn. She's too tired. She can't keep up with all that's going on. So she tells Chiyo to literally use her as a puppet. She's literally admitted that there's nothing more I can do on my own.
Yes. So this is where things get interesting. So Chiyo uses her as a puppet, and pretty much Sakura ends up getting poisoned. Everybody knows she gets poisoned, right?
So of course, at that point, she does use
the antidote. Here's the thing about the antidote. So I'm going to read you the notes we wrote down here when we were looking over this chapter, and I think you'll find it pretty interesting. So Sakura gets poisoned. Sakura uses antidote and breaks. Okay, so pretty much what happened is they were fighting. Sakura gets trapped while Chiyo is controlling her and gets scratched. She then falls to the ground using the antidote. While she's still on the ground, she's pretending that she's dead. Breaks the puppet out of surprise. Sasori did not expect that. And why should he? I mean, he thought he'd poison her. Well, I mean, he did poison her. So that happens. So then Sakura gets up and explains that the antidote has a 3-minute time limit and gives the last antidote to Chiyo. Okay, cool. Sakura hears herself, breaks the puppet, goes back to Chiyo. Hey Chiyo, 3-minute limit. We gotta hurry up and end this quickly. You hold the other poison. Chiyo's like, cool. Chapter 273. Chiyo hits Sakura. Chiyo hits Sakura, hit Chiyo, gives Sakura. Alright, so, okay, I see what's happening. So, basically alright. Fuck the notes. Alright, this is basically what happens at chapter 273. Chapter 273, Chiyo gets hit by Sasori. Sakura gets hit by Sasori. They're both poisoned. Chiyo then goes to give Sakura the antidote, right? And she's like, no, I don't want it. You use it. They're fighting over that. Sasori comes, stabs Sakura in the heart, right? Now, granted, up to this point, there's been fighting. The only thing Sakura did as far as healing-wise was give herself the antidote. That was the only thing she did. Didn't hear Chiyo in any way, nothing like that, right? Nothing. So, Chiyo, so she gets stabbed, okay? Sakura gets stabbed in the chest, bleeding out, dying. She uses her hands and her, I guess, muscle or tissue to basically heal herself, right? So she's holding the blade, she's healing herself. Chiyo stabs her in the leg, and again, this is in chapter 273, you can check it out. Stabs her in the leg, saving Sakura, okay? Keep that in mind, because Sakura was already poisoned, and had a blade in her. So she saved her from the poison. Cool. While this is going on, so Sasori's stabbing Sakura. Sakura's healing herself. He's trying to kill her. Not really paying attention. Well, not quote unquote not really paying attention. However you interpret it. Chiyo ends up killing him. Now, whether that was like him off guard or him letting her kill her, you know, there's different debates on that. But Chiyo ends up killing Sasori. Okay, Chiyo does. Chiyo does. Keep that in mind.
Let's emphasize on that. Lady Chiyo kills Sasori.
Yes.
Not Sakura.
So that's pretty much what happens in chapter 270, and then of course Sakura and Chiyo, between both of them, Chiyo using a little bit of her, I guess it would be Renny Rebirth.
I believe a bit of
yeah. So yeah, Sakura ends up getting saved, right? So again, Chiyo is the one that gave Sakura the other antidote. And granted, Chiyo was hit at this point. So Chiyo and Sakura both hit. Chiyo gives Sakura the antidote, and then takes out Sasori. Whether Sasori let her or not, that's a whole nother video. We won't get into that. But the important thing is Chiyo saved Sakura. Okay, not the other way around. Like certain people try to make it seem like. And then between Sakura's hearing powers and Chiyo's, Sakura ends up being able to be alright. She ends up healing herself, right? What I find interesting is ending off on this one, because it was a long one. There was a lot of notes and scrambling, so we apologize on our end about that.
A lot of drinking involved too.
Yeah, but even though that being said, the information is still factual. Again, I'm gonna have it on the video so you guys can see it and all that good stuff too, along with the chapters that we said in the video. And again, you can go check them out if you don't believe us. So after that happens, 2 chapters after, because I believe the chapter after that is Naruto and Kakashi running after Deidara, something along those lines. So the next chapter, which was 275, basically Sakura is fully healed because Chiyo saved her. Keep that in mind. And Sakura wants to heal Chiyo, but she refuses. Why did she refuse? Because she was going to die anyway. Okay? She took that poison like a boss and fucking goes and saves Gaara. End of the story. So, yeah, again, this is debunked as well. Sakura did not save Chiyo. It was the other way around. And sorry for having to scramble and run through notes. I'm hoping everything wasn't too cattywampus, but again, manga will be on screen along with the chapter. So, point number 9, which kind of ties into it, is that Sakura saved Hinata. Guns, you actually read this one, so I'm going to let you read over the notes and talk about it.
Okay.
It's point number 9, Sakura saves Hinata.
Okay. Here's what I gotta say to it. It's bullshit. She doesn't save Hinata. She heals her. She doesn't save. Because it's said in the manga that Hinata's injuries were not life-threatening. She just got the shit kicked out of her.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
Pain.
And yeah, so if you actually, if you want to get specific, we have it written down, chapter 441. This so basically everything's destroyed. Naruto's on the ground. Well, Naruto's going on a rampage, and Might Guy and his team get back. Might Guy, Rock Lee,
Neji,
and Tintin. So they get back. And what we have right here is at chapter 441. It states, when Lee and his team get back, they say Hinata's injury isn't fatal,
but she needs medical attention.
Neji is concerned, to which Sakura, so Neji gets all brotherly, and then Sakura, well, brotherly, even though they're cousins, but they're like brother and sister pretty much. In which Sakura heals her. Does not save her, heals. They weren't life-threatening injuries. It states it in the manga.
They weren't fatal. Hinata wasn't going to die for them. She wasn't going to suffer some serious permanent damage. She just needed medical attention.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
Plain and simple. So yeah, that's pretty much point number 8 and 9. I'll let show again. Point number 1. So hopefully, I know we were kind of flipping through around and naming chapters and this and that. Again, all the details will be provided on the screen as you guys watch this. So yeah, sorry about that, but I'm hoping you guys got the general gist. Chiyo saved Sakura, and Hinata's injuries weren't life-threatening. That's the main point we're trying to get out here. So moving on to the next one. Point number 10. Okay, here's another thing that they said. Hinata supposedly runs onto the battlefield. And they get talking about this at 10 minutes, 10 seconds in their video. And what they're basically saying is that it was meaningless. Well, my friends, we say differently. So...
And a funny thing about this, if you don't mind me adding in, Creator, is that they also mentioned that Hinata only had 3 panels fighting pain.
Yes.
3.
Yes. And the chapter for that is chapter 437. Hinata, we counted 15.
15.
From when the time...
Just in that chapter.
Just in that chapter from when Hinata is on the battlefield to when she gets injured. 15
panels, people. Where a few of them were flashbacks, yes, but...
Well, no. I didn't put
flashbacks.
No, I didn't include the... All right, so the thing about that is I didn't include the flashback. These are 15 panels of when Hinata's on the battlefield to when she gets pretty much taken out on the battlefield. 15 panels, not 3 like they like to claim. Now, there were pretty much 3 or 4 fighting ones, but let me tell you right now that doesn't matter. And here's the reason why, okay? When you watch their video, they make it seem like Hinata jumps on, tries to fight Pain in 3 panels, gets her ass handed to her. That's a wrap. That is not what happens, okay? And again, if you go to chapter 437, you will see. This is what happens. This is what actually happens, okay? So, Hinata notices Naruto's pinned down, okay? She jumps onto the battlefield, has a monologue for a minute or 2 while she's on the battlefield, you know. Now, these aren't fights. There's only like 3 or 4 panels of her fighting Pain. But I'm going to tell you why I think that this is important that Hinata did that, okay? And you guys jump in if you guys have anything to add. But essentially, what Hinata does is it's brilliant, right, in my opinion, because it's a cause and an effect. So the cause is Hinata jumps in there. She has a monologue. Naruto asked her, you know, why she's doing this, and Hinata says, "Because I love you." It's genuine, it's innocent, it's fucking beautiful. But I'm going to tell you why that's important. Because after she says that, she proceeds to try to fight Pain. Yes, Pain claps those cheeks. Before Naruto does. Da-dum-da-dum. Anyway, back on subject. Yes, Pain kicks her ass. But
once he does, Naruto just goes into rage.
Yes.
Naruto
all he sees is red.
Pretty much Naruto goes into, if I were to say,
I believe it was
eight-tailed enrage.
Well, he goes into. I believe he goes into Sid's tails. It starts with Sid's tails.
It was like 5, 6 tails somewhere on there.
Yeah, 5 or 6.
And then it escalates into the 8 tails.
almost into the Nine Tails, and that's when Minato and stuff comes in, and Naruto ends up calming down, finishes fighting off the Path of Pain, uses the chakra rods, goes and sees Nagato, right? But the reason that I feel like this is important is because when you watch the other video, they made it seem like 3 panels, Hinata shouldn't have jumped on. If she hadn't jumped on, nothing would have changed. Oh, no. Let me tell you why.
Because when Naruto got enraged, that's what broke him from Pain's rods.
Yeah, chakra rods.
Which, if you touch rods, they absorb your own chakra and kind of make you weak, yet here's Hinata throughout the fight, breaking about 1 or 2 of them.
I think he had like 4.
Yeah,
I 3 or 4.
I don't know. I know
that's. I know he had 1.
Well, see, the thing about that is that's anime. So we're going off the manga. I didn't count. I don't even think she breaks the chakra rods in the manga. I think she just fights Pain, and then Pain kicks her so goddamn hard she goes flying. But I believe that's what happens in the manga. So we're not tying anime back into it because they want to use manga. We're going to use the manga. Yeah. But again, it doesn't matter because here's the thing, people. What would have happened if Naruto would not have went enraged and broke himself free, and then ultimately, seeing Minato and tracking down Pain? What would have happened?
Naruto would have been captured.
He would. I mean, maybe. I mean, I'm not trying to play possibilities here, but what I am saying is like.
But that's just the way I had looked at it.
Like, if you look at it in a way, Naruto's already used 2 of his shadow clones with the Sage Chakra, with Nature Chakra itself.
Because he had those up in the.
Oh yeah, Mount Fuji.
Oh
no, not Mount Fuji.
The Mountain of Frogs. How about that?
Yes. Anyway, we can't remember the name of the mountain, but yes, the mountain where the toads and the frogs and all them live.
So he's only got 1 clone left.
Actually, he actually had to use his last clone.
Oh, right, my bad. Yeah. He used his last shadow clone with some Sage Chakra. So he's kind of
he's in a bind.
He's left with limited options.
Again, if Hinata wouldn't have jumped in there and enraged Naruto, what do you think would have happened? Now, while you think on that, let me bring up another point that they mentioned in the video. They said that if Sakura would have went in there, I don't know. They weren't trying to. I don't think they were trying to make it seem like it would have been the same thing for Sakura, because they make a comment like, "Oh, the fans would have still called her useless." And again, I'm not saying Sakura's 100% useless, but
she's a medical ninja. She should stick to being a medical ninja.
Yes, but what I am saying, people, is that at the end of the day, I don't think, in my personal opinion. I don't know how Guns and Leon feels about this, but in my personal opinion, had Sakura would have jumped in there and gotten her ass beat, I think it would have enraged Naruto, but I don't think it would have had the effect like Hinata.
Because
again, that's speculation, but that's my honest opinion.
I would have to agree.
I'd have to agree also. I mean, yeah, she's his comrade, but still.
If Sakura would have done it, she would have done that camaraderie.
Yeah.
Hinata, on the other hand, did it out of love and at the same time confessed.
Yes. Absolutely. So again, it's what you make of it. But the main point I'm trying to get across is they were bashing Hinata because Hinata jumps in the battlefield. At the end of the day, it's a cause and effect. Had Hinata not have jumped in the battlefield, what would have happened?
Hey,
I want you guys, okay? I want Naruto Explained, Anime Balls Deep, Jo The Animator. I want you to tell me what would have happened. I'm curious. What would have happened had he not have jumped in there and Naruto got enraged? What would have happened?
Yeah, because Sakura's sitting on there with the Hyuga clan member telling her what's going on, while Hinata decided, fuck this, I'm gonna go do something, and she did, plain and simple.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, sorry.
Yeah. And we'll get back to Sakura, okay? We'll while this is going on, Sakura's doing some things. We're going to talk about that in just a minute. But I just really wanted to bring up this point. And I really would like if you guys could explain, I wish you would have explained it in your first video, but you didn't. But I want you guys to tell us what would have happened. What would have happened had Hinata not would have jumped in there and Naruto would have gotten rage? What would have happened?
Either way, Creator, on to the next point.
Anyway, moving on to the next point. Point number
11.
11. No, we scratched that one out. So basically, they made a comment in their video about Sakura one-shot summoning beast. That actually did happen. Yes, and they said that at 9 minutes 25 seconds. In case you're wondering, we're not going to comment on that because that's 100% accurate.
Point number 12, then.
Point number 12. All right, 10 minutes 10 seconds. That's running onto the battlefield. Yeah, we just said that.
13.
All right.
Sakura is the only medical ninja in the paint art.
All right, so point number 13, yes. 10 minutes, 48 seconds. I can't read that. Freaking Leon's handwriting. But, yeah, it says Sakura. They claim that Sakura was the only medical ninja in the paint art.
Hey, at least my handwriting is at least readable.
Mine is pretty, okay? Shut up.
Yeah, you like to
Fucktard.
cue your T's and dot your I's.
So, where's my point? Right, yeah, one. Where is chapter number? We were on I believe point number 13, where... Oh, okay. Why I'm blind. All right, so yes, point number 13.
You sure you haven't drunk that much? Yeah. Creator, you're only on your first beer.
All right.
I'm already done my first beer.
We'll get you another one. Anyway, point is, sorry about that. Technical difficulties. All right, so point number 13, Sakura being the only medical ninja. No.
That is false. That is a lie.
But I will say this, okay? Sakura is probably the best medical ninja there. She's probably the most best, the most capable, the most one to be able to make medical decisions. She's probably the best medical ninja there. But no, she is not the only medical ninja. If you take a look at chapter 429, there are doctors in the clinic
that Sakura is being sent to, meaning that there are other medical ninja. She's not the only one. She's not the last surviving medical ninja. There is a doctor there are doctors in a clinic with other medical ninja there.
Now, this brings us, I don't know if we wrote it down from this one, but I really want to talk about this because this really has been bothering me. And so, the thing about, you know what, actually, I think we're going to get to it. We're going to get to it in another point. So, I'm going to hold off on that for right now, but I'm going to come back to my thought. But essentially, no, Sakura is not the only medical ninja there. Now, Tsunade and Tsunade's assistant, I always forget her name.
Shizune?
Yeah, Shizune. Shizune's dead. Tsunade is tied up.
Yeah, she's tied up at the moment.
Yeah. Now, again, Sakura is probably the best medical ninja there that is able to heal people, but she's not the only one. So, all right.
All right, so I guess on to the next point.
And I believe this is where my thought, what I was going to say, applies.
Point number 14, if I'm correct.
Yes, point number 14. Okay, so, yes. Okay, so point number 14 through 17 tie together.
And if I remember correctly, points number 14 to 17 are, if I'm correct, the main medical ninja laws.
Yes.
Now, if any of you don't know this, these 4 specific medical ninja laws are what every medical ninja must follow.
Yes.
These are laws that are to keep the medical ninja themselves out of harm's way. Because if you're in the military or if you're even going up against people, what do the enemy's main two objectives are that they go for? Communications, keep you from contacting backup or help, and the medic.
Yes. So let's just jump into these laws, okay? Here. Go ahead, Leon. Read the first point.
Here is the first clause of the 4 rules that govern medical ninja. First clause: no medical ninja shall ever stop medical treatment until the lives of their party members have come to an end. Meaning, you don't stop until your members kick the bucket.
Yes.
Second,
the medical ninjas are the last line of defense.
Yeah. Well, Before you continue, I just want to make one thing clear, okay? And this is this is strategy, okay? Like Leon said, 2 people that will be taken out first in a real battle are the medics and communications, okay?
Just look at the war arc, because Shikaku and all them were feeding info to the ninjas of the front.
Oh, yeah.
And Madara realized that.
Yeah, and took him out.
And he sent a giant energy ball and
pretty much,
him out.
if I'm right, he sent, if I'm correct, if not, then my cohorts here will correct me. Madara sent a tailed beast bomb, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
Towards the communications
center. Yeah.
He now put them in the dark with any intel.
Well, except for one person, but we won't spoil that for the bar.
Of course not.
Yeah.
It's like that saying, communication is key.
Yes.
Now, back to...
Well, actually, did we... let's talk... Sorry about that. So...
I forgot to turn your phone ringtone off.
Oh, yeah, let me just turn my ringtone off. All right, so... Yes, no medical ninja should ever stop healing. All right, so let's talk about this point. Let's just go through all the points after that long explanation and talk about them. How do you feel about the first clause describing Sakura? That no medical ninja shall ever stop medical treatment until the party members or lives are come to an end.
I think she's broken that a couple of times.
Would you care to give an example?
Now, off the top of my head, I know she broke it.
Yeah? When?
Well, I guess I'll give an example because I believe it pertains to it. If I remember correctly, the clinic itself still had close to probably hundreds of people in need of medical treatment that were not dead.
Oh, I am glad you brought that up. I was waiting for somebody to bring that up. So here's the thing, people, okay? You have to realize this, okay? Wartime, if there's a big crash, a lot of people go to the hospital, okay, stuff like that. Typically what happens in those situations in real life is they will treat the most wounded, like people that if you don't treat them, they're about to die.
Like people
have like a big hole in their stomach.
Yeah.
Their chest, whatever, missing limbs.
Yeah. Pretty much you need to treat them
ASAP.
Right now or they will die. Then they treat the people with not minor injuries, but like the nets. Are they
if not taken care of in a little while, could.
There's life-threatening, major, and minor.
Yes.
So the next wounded would be the ones with major injuries.
I'll put it to you like this. Yeah, pretty much what he said. Death-threatening, major, minor. So that major and that maybe major is not the right word, but I think you understand where I'm going with this. Major is the next group of people that are going to be treated, and then you have the minor people, right?
Like,
scratches, cuts,
maybe a sprained shoulder.
Yeah, something like that, right? So what did Sakura do? First of all, I already complimented Sakura, and I think we can all agree. Sakura during the pain arc was probably the best medical ninja, the most capable
medical ninja.
Medical ninja still alive.
Tsunade herself and her assistant Shizune.
but Shizune was dead, and
Tsunade was tied up at the moment. So Sakura would be the one that people would be the one they rely on the most.
So, but let me give you a little bit inside scoop. This is where we're going with this point, okay? And this is why I feel like she broke rule number 1. She abandoned her post.
You ever wondered how Sakura got to the battlefront with the clan member? And in your post.
Especially when there's people's lives on the line.
Because what you're doing is you're leaving your comrades, your higher-ups by themselves when they specifically tell you they need you here.
Mm-hmm.
You are vital to this. Sakura,
it's like she's trained for years to be a medical ninja.
Yeah, at the moment,
just so she can say she's a medical ninja.
Yeah, at the moment she could have done the most help.
She feel like she heals who she wants to heal.
Yeah, because she left. Why? And that's what I understand. Why did she leave the clinic? Why? Because she was the most capable. This would have been her time to shine. Okay, and honestly, had she not have left the clinic, I feel like the Sakura haters.
There would be less Sakura haters.
There would be less Sakura haters because it would have been her time to shine. She could have healed so many lives. She could have done all of these great things, but yet she left the clinic.
All because she was worried about Naruto and what was going on. There were so many other more capable people, not a medical ninja, dealing with pain or at least keeping him busy.
Yes.
Yet Sakura was so concerned and so worried.
Yeah.
Then doing her job, she abandoned it and went right towards the battlefield.
Which brings us into the next point. Okay. So real quickly, actually, to sum up rule number 1 before we move on to the next point, I just want to say real quickly, and I think everybody here can agree with me, real life, if Sakura, let's say this is a real life scenario, Sakura leaves the clinic to go into the battlefield for whatever reason.
She abandons her post.
She abandons her post, and she can get court-martialed. Happens a lot, okay? If you abandon your post, that's a court-martial.
Unless you had a valid and plausible reason for abandoning your post.
Like, you abandon your post to go tend to an HVT.
Yeah. So again, there's a lot of examples. We're not going to women's worth. Okay. So yes, I just want to make that very clear. Anyway, so rule number 2, or the second clause, rule clause, however you want to word it. No medical ninja shall ever. Oh, this is interesting. You know what it says? Ever stand on the front lines.
I wonder what Sakura did for the majority of the season whenever there was combat. Oh, wait!
Whenever she's a part of the team, she has to be in combat for some stupid reason.
Yes.
And if you ever know that, the majority of them are usually either on frontline combat or dealing somewhere else. When Sakura, I wonder where, shouldn't even be there.
Yes.
Now, it would be one thing if she was attacked and had to defend herself. That's one thing. But usually it's not.
Yeah, but it's completely different when you are purposefully there, throwing yourself into combat.
Yes. I'll put it to you like this, people, okay? And as we already stated, most of the, like, in a real-life scenario, okay, real-life battle, they're going for the medical ninja first. We have already established that. We already know, okay? And if they see her use any type of medical ninjutsu, she's probably target number 1. I will say this, though, okay? In a real life situation, or as even as it pertains to the shinobi world, right? Yes, we're not saying medical ninjas can't be on the front lines. What we're saying is they need to let the capable fighting shinobi do their job, and the capable fighting shinobi let the medical ninjas do their job. What I mean by that, if there's a conflict, Sakura needs to be away from the conflict. Not far away. Don't run away. But what we mean is let Naruto and Sasuke handle that. And if they get injured,
Sakura be in the back.
Yeah.
Waiting in case there's
severe medical wounded people, so she could treat their injuries.
Yes.
Let her do that. Not be at the forefront of the combat when she could be doing so much more. away from the front lines. Like, it's clearly stated in the clause. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And when she does fight, she has to use her chakra. And when she fights in the front lines, she's using chakra that could have been used to help injured people.
Yes.
All right, but we'll leave it at just that because trust me, with this point, it really grinded our gears and all that.
I think you guys see the picture. All right,
clause number 3.
Clause number 3. No medical ninja shall ever die until they are the last of their platoon.
It means you make sure you keep yourself alive so that you can help your team. If you fuck up and go to fight this guy thinking you can take him on or keep him busy, no. Your job is to stay alive so you can heal your teammates who are the more capable fighters than you.
Yeah.
Not thinking you can take this guy on because they might have weakened him. Any enemy will always have a plan A, B, C. He will make sure he has backups to his backups.
Because what happens if the medical ninja dies? And again, Sakura is a great medical ninja. She is fantastic. She's one of the best medical ninjas in all of Naruto. Hell, in Boruto, she opens up a clinic at every village and does great work. I'll give her a round of applause for being a great medical ninja, but she's not a great fighter.
No.
So stay away from the
combat.
fights. Yes. Unless needed.
All right. Now, Creed, you mind if I read this final one because this last one really, like, you think Creeder got pissed off? I was enraged by this because the only time we ever see this, which I will explain, clause number 4. Only those medical ninja, and I emphasize this, only those medical ninja who have mastered the ninja art creation rebirth to strength of 100 technique of the ninja art creation rebirth are permitted. Only those ninja who have fully mastered this are allowed to completely disregard the first 3 clauses. Meaning, only are you allowed to do that. Excuse me for a second while I take a drink of this because this shit pissed me off.
Cheerios, mate.
Perfect beer.
Yeah.
The only glimpse we see of Sakura using this is during
the war
arc, where Naruto...
Towards the end of the war arc, if I'm not mistaken.
Towards the end of the war arc, where Sasuke is all powered up, Naruto has his...
Yeah. They both have their Sage Assist powers. Okay?
Yeah, it's very close to the end of the war.
Yeah, and we had it...
Which means every time she got in a conflict before that, she's breaking the rules. And again, we already established why those rules are important.
It's to keep the medical ninja alive. It's to keep them out of harm's way.
So that they can heal the wounded. But, just for getting off of that point for a second, go ahead, Leon. Go ahead and say what you were going to say, because I know it's boiling up in you.
Sakura has not mastered the fucking creation rebirth technique or the 100...
Now, maybe in Boruto. We hadn't seen it yet.
Yeah, maybe in Boruto she's probably mastered it, but here on the front lines, she has not fully mastered it.
Okay, let me put it to you like this, okay? Just because I have something does not mean I mastered it. Just because she has the mark, like Lady Tsunade, does not mean she has mastered it. If I decide tomorrow to go get a skateboard, okay, does that mean I'm a master skateboarder? No. It means I have a skateboard, but you need practice.
Just because you have a skateboard for a day doesn't mean you're going to outskate Tony Hawk.
Yeah, I know. I tried once. I fell and busted my face. It was not fun.
I'm pretty sure, just to be shits and giggles here, that way this whole video isn't always so serious and all that. I'm pretty sure we've all tried to done something like ride a skateboard or ride a bike like frickin' Tony Hawk or all those BMX pro skaters and that. And unfortunately, we've come to reality that not everyone is cut out for it.
Yeah, or have balance for it. Like when you decide to go buy a skateboard and the same day you go to the call and bust your face. But yeah. I'm talking about me. That actually happened. But anyway.
I did that too.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure we all have. But back on topic. Sakura could have really fucked things over with this because she literally got it right then and there. And at any point,
she did not master it.
At any point, she could have drained whatever chakra reserves or whatever was needed to keep it there, and she could have been in mid-combat. And someone who's smart enough could have gotten her. She would have been at a disadvantage, and then she would have been screwed.
Yep. Oh, absolutely.
Like, come on. And it's like these people are like swiping it under the rug all because she's friends with Naruto.
Yeah.
That's a whole.
Well, the thing is, and what I didn't like
her like main character status.
Yeah. And again, what they're doing is they're misinforming information, guys. Like you know, like come on, Naruto Explained, Jo The Animator, Anime Balls. You have to do a better job when preparing for something like this. You have to look at every inch of the evidence
because there was so much info in the majority of these points that we were looking at that it made us feel you guys literally just glossed over the whole thing and picked out ones that you thought might back up your point.
Yeah.
And that's it. No. Now, you guys may not like us for it. I'm sorry. That's the hard fucking truth.
If you guys didn't get this shit wrong, then this video would not exist.
Yeah.
But here we are, a low class YouTube channel. Probably about to show up a bunch of guys. Sorry.
Well, again, yeah. And the thing about it is, it's just like, come on, guys. Like, I know you guys know, anime and manga. I mean, that's what your channels are known for. So get the facts straight, Don't just gloss over evidence that does not support yours. You have to get all the evidence. You have to. Like, what are you doing? You're glossing over a bunch of stuff. But anyway, that's why I think this video is going to help out. But we're not done yet, folks. We have more because...
But in the great words of Billy Mays, but wait, there's more.
Yeah. So, okay, yeah. So next page.
Point number, I believe.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. 19. Yeah, she would have been court-martialed. That's what we wrote down for point number 19.
Point number 20, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
Sasuke says.
Wait. Oh. Yeah, so Sasuke supposedly said that Sakura is not weak during the Shinjuchi arc. Was that his name?
Yeah, Shinjuchi. And if any of you don't know about what Boruto is,
again, major spoilers for Boruto anime.
There is about a few chapters in the manga, or if you want to refer to the anime, we're not going to refer to that, but either or.
Well, no. Remember, it wasn't in the manga. It was anime exclusive.
Yeah. We combed the manga itself up until the Mushina?
Yeah.
Mushina
well, the Mushina arc, right, which happens in the movie, is like chapter 5.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, it's like chapter 5 or 6. And then they pretty much roll into the Mushina Bandits arc, and then all that stuff. What happens after the Mushina Bandits arc?
But we combed the manga itself. It never showed up. It was only in the anime, movie, and/or show.
It was never in the movie. It was just in the show. It was an arc in the show because the arc was where Sadara thought Karine was her mother.
And if any of you don't know, at one point, Sarada started questioning if Sakura was actually her mother and decided to take her umbilical cord sample, her little umbilical cord that was held onto, to a certain someone that helped out Orochimaru. I believe Suigetsu, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
And due to, if I remember correctly from the anime, a hiccup, Karine showed up. So now Sarada's like, what?
Yeah.
My whole life is a lie.
Anyway, so again, so it happens during that arc. Basically, she goes to re-meet Sasuke because Sasuke has been away. Sasuke had been away or whatever.
For a couple years.
Couple years doing his missions and stuff like that.
Being a badass.
Yeah, being a badass. Doing his missions, looking for any trace of Kaguya and, the history behind it and blah, 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 right?
And along those ways, they encounter a pale white boy with a stupid haircut, might I add.
Yeah.
But
he has a Sharingan.
With a pair of Sharingan. Question mark. I thought Sasuke and Sarada were the only Uchiha left.
Yeah.
Later we come to find out that our good old boy Orochimaru, still hatching his schemes, still experimenting, created an Uchiha clone to be named Shin Uchiha.
Yeah. So basically that's...
but that's all anime.
Okay, well, again, that's one anime, and it was filler-ish. Look, we won't get into it. Basically, all I gotta say is it wasn't from the manga. It was anime exclusive. Again, anime exclusive. So we're just gonna disregard that. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. We go back and look. Okay, maybe he did or maybe he didn't. But again, it's anime exclusive. So we're just gonna roll into the next point. I think you guys
are good on this.
Yeah. I think you guys understand where we're coming from.
Point 21, Krita.
Point number 21, my good sir. Oh God, I remember looking up this one.
Oh, if it's the one I think it is.
No, it's not. It's not this. Okay, so point number 21. Sakura supposedly saved Sasuke from Gaara.
Now, what Crater's trying to say is that apparently what you guys mentioned is that Sakura saved Sasuke from Gaara when, if I remember correctly, Gaara was going berserk? Starting to?
Yeah, well, look, I'm just gonna... This is really short and sweet to the point. Naruto saved... anybody who's read the manga, Naruto saved Sasuke from Gaara. That was the whole fight with Naruto and Gaara. Well, he ends up headbutting him and doing talk no jutsu on him. That was that whole fight.
And
Sakura was pinned up
against a tree.
Don't believe me? The fight starts at chapter 128.
128 to about 1.
I don't. Well. All right, sorry about that, folks. Audio difficulties. We had to re-record this section, but getting back to it. Chapter 128. Naruto saved Sasuke from Gaara
in a pretty epic fashion, might I interject.
Well, so Naruto comes in. Sasuke's sitting on the ground. Sakura's being fucking useless. Naruto comes in, kicks Gaara. Chapter 129, Sakura gets pinned to the tree. So Naruto comes in, dabs on the haters, kicks Gaara across his bitch-ass face.
And literally, we even re-looked at it. If you look at it, Naruto is actually dabbing while he kicked Gaara.
Yes.
He is literally...
In case you didn't know this, Naruto was the one who invented
the dab.
Yes. But anyway, so he comes in, kicks Gaara against his bitch-ass face, and then Gaara, in retaliation, the next chapter, which is chapter 129, pins Sakura to the wall, and Naruto and him end up fighting. So, no, Naruto was the one that came in and saved it. I think that's pretty short and sweet. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on that because what they said was a blatant lie. Never happened.
Yep. Agreed.
You guys have anything else to add to that point?
Nope, we pretty much got our 2 cents in.
Alright. So what are we on? Chapter 20, or I'm sorry, point 22, right? Yeah.
Yep.
My boy Guns, I'm going to let you handle this point. Point 22.
Oh boy.
Go ahead and read the time that they said it, and go ahead and read.
Okay, at 13 minutes 48 seconds, Sasuke says that Sakura is the best at genjutsu in chapter 20.
That's what they said in their video.
Meaning that she is better than, just to name someone, who was a genjutsu expert when Itachi and Kisame attacked? Kurenai, who, if you guys all know, was, in a way, hitched to good old Asuma. Yeah. And she is an expert in this field, meaning she is proficient.
She wasn't that too much of an expert when she tried to use genjutsu on Itachi.
Well, it's fucking Itachi. Yeah. Plain and simple. That's all we're going to say.
But point is, Sharingan versus genjutsu specialist. Sharingan versus quote-unquote genjutsu specialist.
And we look through the manga.
First of all, they claim it's in chapter 20. Chapter 20 is when they were having the flashback. It was in the Land of Waves arc, and little kid. It was having the flashback about his dad, where he jumps into the river, and then what's the bad guy's name? Gato. Gato comes in, kidnaps his dad, crucifies him, and then kills him. Right?
Yeah.
You know. So that's what chapter 20 is. Okay. So we're like, okay, well, we'll do this. We'll go from chapter 1 to what are we in? Chapter.
They say it was chapter 20.
Yeah, I know, but we went past it. We went from like chapter 1 to like chapter 230, which is like right after like Sasuke retrieval arc and all that stuff. So we pretty much went from the start of chapter 1,
start of Naruto to chapter 230.
Yeah, give or take around there. Just to see if he said it, because maybe we missed it. You know, I don't know.
We were thinking like maybe it was in one of the later chapters. No, we never found this Sakura. Like
it wasn't. If it was to Sakura or about Sakura, never found it.
Yeah, nothing never came up. There was no little hint to go to what chapter. No, we never found a whiff of this.
And again, we pretty much covered all part 1 of Naruto. Like we went from chapter 1 and went and scrolled, looking all the way up. I believe it was like chapter like 237, because we went up to where like Sakura goes into the Hokage's office and it was to that point. So I was like chapter 1 to like 237ish, somewhere around there. And yeah, so we went all the way up to that point. Didn't find a lick of it. Nothing. He never said it. And to be fair, even though he never said it, had he would have said it, it wouldn't have mattered because it would not have been true.
Yeah.
Sharingan user versus genjutsu specialist. Doesn't matter. Even Sharingan's gonna win every time.
If it was them at when they were 13,
he still had a 1 Tomoe. He still had a 1 Tomoe Sharingan.
Or Tomoe, however people say it.
He hadn't awakened the genjutsu part of the Sharingan.
Yeah. Yeah. And and adding on to this topic, because I already know, like, someone's probably going to bring it up because they said in their video, yes, we know Sakura was the only one out of her team besides Kakashi to release herself from Kabuto's genjutsu during the invasion arc.
But she was never put under it.
Yes.
She used her smarts that she had and detected that she was about to go under a genjutsu.
Yeah.
Which is the Feather Illusion Jutsu.
Yeah.
And she released it.
Yes.
She also released it for
Sasuke and Naruto.
Not Sasuke and Naruto. Sasuke had gone to fight Gaara.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. And we just reread that too. Sorry.
She woke up Naruto, and then she was going to wake up Shikamaru, but realized he had already released the genjutsu and was just taking a nap.
Like
good old Shikamaru.
But yes, we know someone's going to bring it up. And yes, we're not, again, this video is not to bash Sakura. This video is to all the points they made that were wrong to clear those points up. We already know she's the best. She's the best medical ninjutsu is specialist from the Konoha 11, and probably now in all Boruto. But and she probably is one of the smartest of the Konoha 11. Would that be fair? One of the smartest.
One of the smartest.
So we already know that. Again, this is just to clear up points that they made in their video that are wrong, or manipulated, or sprinkled on a little bit. So that's all it is. So
all right, point number 23, if I'm correct, Peter.
Point number 23. Sakura. Oh, okay, yeah. This is another point that we had fun with. Sakura about to forfeit Team 7 in the written shooting exams. So at 18, so basically what they were talking about on this point at 18 minutes 28 seconds when they made that statement.
And in case you people couldn't hear, this was our boy Guns here just sighing it because out of all of us, he was ready to just rip up the damn notebook itself and just.
I really haven't had not enough to drink.
Yeah. So basically, what they were talking about when they were talking about this point is how Sakura had cared for Naruto at the beginning.
Had supposedly cared so much about Naruto that she was willing to throw away her entire possible career just so Naruto could push forward with his dream.
Matter of fact,
when it is told by
hang on. You know what? I'm just gonna bust out the evidence. All right, let me get to the evidence right now. I know it's kind of falling apart.
Yeah, because of the goddamn grips we had ready to rip it apart.
Yeah. So all right. At chapter, what's the guy's name?
Ibiki.
All right, Ibiki. So at chapter 40, Ibiki explains that it's a team test. So that's at chapter 40. That's when they're sitting down. So he explains it at the end of the chapter. The chapter is them like goofing around, introducing themselves, Konoha 11, like hanging out, and then they all take their seats, and he's like going over the rules, and he's going over the rules, and he explains it's a team test, and
meaning that if one person fails, the whole team fails.
Yeah, and he's talking about how he's talking about how it's a point scale and system. He goes over all that stuff. So that's the chapter he goes over.
And
all
if I remember
stuff.
correctly, he says if you fall below or lose 10 points altogether.
Well, you start off. Well, you have 10 points in total, and like for every question wrong, you get like a point eliminated.
And if you lose all 10, then.
And I think you also said that. Say, for example, me and Creator took the test. If we both get an answer wrong, that's minus 2 points.
Yes, because it's so okay. So each all right. So let's just make it like simple. Me, Guns, Leon we're team 13. Okay, taking the tuning exams. I have 10 points. Guns has 10 points. Leon has 10 points.
Unlucky number 13, huh?
Yeah. Well, that's my lucky number. That's why I said it. But in total, our team has 30 points. Okay. So if I get one question wrong, that's minus 1 point of the 30. So let's just say I get 5. We all get 5 questions wrong. That's minus 5 times 3, 15. So we get 15 points out of the 30. That's basically what he was explaining. For those of you who have forgot or haven't read it in a while. So that's the chapter he's explaining that. Chapter 43. All right, so this is where he says this. If you fail the test, so basically he says if you fail the test, you will get, God dang it, Leon, your handwriting. All right. If you fail the test.
Hey, Gunn said it was more readable than yours, okay?
If you fail the test as Ibiki.
I don't know.
Reiterates. He says you get.
He says if you get the 10th question wrong, because they go through the test, right? If you get the 10th question wrong, they will never let you get the chance to take the tuning exams ever again. Anyway, so getting back on topic, guys. So basically, they get done with the 9 questions. The 10th before he says the 10th question, he says, you know, if you get it wrong, you'll never be able to take this test again. Okay. And if you forfeit now, you'll fail, and you'll never be able to take the test again. Basically, it's a lose-lose. If you fail, you're done. That's what they're thinking in their minds anyway. And before I actually bring up this point, and I would like you guys to jump in on this too, because we've talked about this in private before this. You have to think, right? You have to think. These guys are 12 years old. Naruto's dream is to become Hokage. So how, in his mind, does he think he's going to get to Hokage? He's going to rise to the ranks, right?
Yep.
Now, you got to think, this is before Naruto became a war hero, and they, you know, kind of bent the rules a little bit for Naruto, you know, even though he still had to study and learn all the material. They kind of bent the rules a little bit, okay? Mm-hmm. The point is, in their mind, they're like, okay, in Naruto's mind, in order for me to get promoted and go about this, I need to rise to the ranks. So I can't fail, you know, otherwise I won't ever be Hokage. That's what he's thinking. And come to find out, Ibiki was fucking lying to him. He was bullshitting with him. But they didn't know that, right? Okay? They didn't know that. He was fucking with them mentally, but he's explaining, you know, if you get it wrong, you'll never be at tuning again. And they're hearing all this stuff, right? So they're believing it, I'm sure.
Well, the more, I guess you'd say, quote unquote, real a test is, the more people would take it seriously.
Yeah.
And in the manga, even few people actually dropped out of that last question.
Oh, absolutely. That's what I'm saying. They actually believe this in their head, right? I mean, you have to think, these guys are 12. Naruto wants to become Hokage. He's like, I gotta pass this no matter what, right? Otherwise, I won't be able to become shooting, right? Sakura and Sasuke probably believe it too. Okay, they're probably not calling it bluff. They probably believe it too. And the point that they were trying to make is Sakura was going to raise her hand, give up.
For the good of the team.
For the good of the team, blah, 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 blah. But in their head, if that would have happened, Naruto wouldn't have been able to do tuning. Yeah. And she even states, I don't know the chapter. It's probably like chapter 43, 44, somewhere around that. That for her, this is nothing. She said the only thing she even says it in the manga, the only thing she'll lose is time.
Yeah.
But Naruto, this is his dream.
But
so
Sakura never mentions anything about Naruto's dream or wanted to help him because she didn't care.
Yeah. The only thing she cared about was getting in Sasuke's pants.
Yeah.
So that again, that's another one that's just aggravating. And I don't really have anything else on it because the more I think about it, the more I get pissed at Sakura. But
yeah.
Do you guys have anything on that?
We're good.
Yeah.
All right. So we're just going to move on to the next point. Point number 24. Sakura goes to train with Tsunade to get strong to help Naruto. And that was at 19 minutes and 3 seconds. So basically, what they were talking about in their podcast at this point was at chapter 237, which was wrong, by the way. That's actually the chapter where Naruto's in the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, yeah, so that's the chapter Naruto's in the hospital. It's actually 236. that she goes in there to speak with Tsunade. But anyway, so at that, what they were trying to get at is she walked into Tsunade's office and she gives her some speech about how she wants to help out Naruto and she's got to get stronger for the better of the team and blah 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 blah.
And we even combed through it, and the only drive for her doing that is because she wants to get stronger. Plain and simple.
Well, no. So at chapter 236, it literally contradicts why Sakura went to go train. And if you just give me one moment, I will tell you exactly what was stated. Just give me 1 second. If you want to talk, Leon, you go ahead. I'm just gonna pull this up because I didn't write it down in the notes. So.
No, I'm not just saying. Just like fucking me and Guns are always messing with each other. I mean, I'm still on my first beer here, but of course I got work tomorrow, so yeah. Fucking Guns like finish your beer. I'm like, fuck off already. Blah.
Yeah, we like to joke around with each other.
Luckily, we're not like a lot of people who are just stone cold serious. That we do like to joke around. We do like to mess around. We like to make this funny, comedic, and all that around. Like,
yeah,
we want to have fun with this, guys. Is what we're trying to say.
All right, so check this out. So I got the manga pulled up, and you guys will be able to see it on screen.
Okay.
But this is essentially what happens. Okay. So she visits Naruto in the hospital. She meets Lady Tsunade. Tsunade introduces herself to Sakura. And then the next panel is Sakura go into the Hokage's office. So she knocks on the door. Lady Tsunade says, enter. Sakura says, I've come to ask you for a favor. Tsunade, yes. Sakura, please take me on as your apprentice. Tsunade's looking at Sakura in a monologue, says, a special something, to be sure she is hungry for it. Harna, Sakura, I heard from Kakashi that you are clear-headed and able to persevere. Fine, I'll take you, but this is not going to be easy. You understand? She didn't go in there and say, I need to do this to get stronger. I need to do this to help Naruto. She didn't say any of that. There's no evidence to support why she did that because she never said it. So, again, something that they contradicted. They're saying Sakura said this when she went to go see. No, that never happened. Pull up the chapter. It is chapter 236.
All right, so I guess we good on that one, or
yeah, you got. I mean, we got. Unless you guys got anything else to add. I mean, I pulled out the manga and read it aloud. Again.
On to the next point, so Krita.
All right. So point. All right. So point 25. All right. So this is an interesting one. At point 25 at 2 minutes. All right. So at 25 minutes 51 seconds, they make a comment about Sakura hesitant bloodlust. So what they were talking about is when Obito.
Pretty much Obito used his Kamui to whisk Sakura to that specific dimension in a matter of, now I don't know exactly, but the exact time, but in a matter of like maybe some time, he tells Sakura, I need you to stab out my Rinnegan. Mm-hmm. Because if Madara gets his hands on it, he can activate the great infinite divine tree and put everyone into a
Genjutsu comatose state
for God knows how long. So,
it's eating away at their chakra a little bit.
So either way, Obito, and if I'm right, I think he in a way pleads with her, stab my eye, do it now before Madara gets the chance.
Yes. What they were saying in their video is that it happened so fast. Like, it was only he says this, and the next panel, Madara comes in, and that never happened.
But when we looked at it, it was a couple panels. Like,
yeah, well, I know Sakura was hesitant, but if we look, panel, okay, yeah, I believe that's 8 or 18. 8. Is that 8 or 18? 8. 8. So there was 8 panels before that of him pleading to Sakura. So it wasn't, same panel, whatever. And again, it's something that they are twisting to make their point of view, whatever. Legitimate. And when it's not. The thing about it is she could have stabbed him. She hesitated for a minute, and then he came and stole the eye. 8 panels, people. 8 panels. Did I put the chapter number on there?
No.
I didn't put the chapter on here, but I'll put you'll see it on screen somewhere.
Or we'll put it in the link.
Yeah. Below. You'll see it. You'll be able to get a hold of it. I'll put it on screen, and I'll put the chapter number on screen as well. Next. So go to the next point. So, yeah.
Defeated all main.
Oh, yeah, so.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so basically they were saying
next point, what point would that be, Gun?
The 27. Yeah.
The 27th point is that Sakura was able to defeat all of Sasori's main puppet techniques.
They said that
Sakura
pretty much did it by herself. And she saved Chia.
If you refer back to, I believe, points 8 and 9.
No, points 8 and 9. I believe, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
At one point, Sakura literally told Chio, like, referring back, the only thing I can do is be your puppet.
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Sakura only takes out 2 puppets by herself. Like, only takes out 2 puppets. If I'm not mistaken, she only takes out 2 puppets, I believe. Yeah.
I believe so. It was 2 puppets. If not,
was it only 2? I believe it was only 2.
I want to say yes.
It was 1 or 2. I know she took out the one where she got poisoned and she falls to the ground. I know that for a fact, but I believe she took out 1 more.
Yeah.
Chio
of main puppets.
Yeah.
Like
Chio,
of 1,000 puppets.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah. So Chio pretty much carried Sakura
through the entire fight.
Yeah, and ends up saving Sakura. Not the other way around. Refer to point 3 for that, but yeah, she pretty much that was a lie. She only takes out like 2, I believe. So this is where things get interesting. This is where Guns is going to take over the majority of this conversation.
No, you got the wrong point. We're going to do that last.
No, point number 28, which would be the next one.
Yeah, that's.
Oh, you want to do that last?
That's Boruto.
Yeah, I know, but you see what it says.
Yeah, I see what it says. Back in Boruto, that's more of a general discussion, more than just. I know what you're getting at.
Yeah,
we're gonna save that part.
All right, so we're gonna save that we're just gonna skip that point right now. All right, so we're gonna skip that point. We're gonna come back to point number 28. All right, point number 29 at 31 minutes 41 seconds. They claim that she cut her hair because of Sasuke. And again, we went. Yeah, she. All right, sorry about that. So Point number 29. Sakura cutting her hair for Sasuke. So this is going to go back into... We're going to have a whole thing about character development with Sakura at the end. So we won't take up this point too long. But they were trying to say that it was developing her character, and she was going to cut ties because Naruto and Sasuke are strong, and she was going to, break that and cut her hair and become a new person. Yeah, no, as a matter of fact, it states in a monologue on chapter 54 that she does it for herself. But then she made some ridiculous monologue, basically talking about how they've gotten... This is funny. I actually thought that this was funny. And if you go back to chapter 54, you'll be able to read it. Because I know when we all three of us were reading it, I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was fucking hilarious. So basically, she cuts her hair and she has an inner monologue where she's talking about how strong Naruto and Sasuke gets, right? And you're thinking, okay, cool, like, she's going to say that she's cutting ties and she's going to get stronger. No, she doesn't do that at all, as a matter of fact. She goes on this big tangent about how strong they are, and then at the end of it states, now it's your turn to watch my back.
Pretty much saying how she's always been
watching their back.
How they've always grown farther and she's fell behind and all that other shit. Now she's like, no, now you're going to watch my back.
Yeah. So, yeah, like I said, I thought that was hilarious, but it had nothing to do with Sasuke. It even states in the manga. Go check it out on Scream or in the manga if you want. Chapter 54, people. So the next point is point number 30. Naruto so at 30 minutes and 10 seconds, they said Naruto trying to save Sasuke because she loves him. Okay, again, we're going to go more in depth in it in the character development, but what they essentially were talking about is Naruto loved Sakura, and so because he knew that she loved Sasuke.
That's apparently was his whole reasoning for going after Sasuke.
And look, here's the thing, guys, okay? And again, we'll go more in depth about bonds and development when we talk about our character later on. But I think Guns and Leon would agree with me here, but Naruto, and we talked about this last night. Naruto bonded with Sasuke more because they were so similar, and that's why Naruto. Sasuke was like one of Naruto's like. Well, he wasn't like the only one because there was Shikamaru and Choji and stuff like that, and Ichiraku. They were all Naruto's friends, but Naruto bonded with Sasuke more, and Naruto was Sasuke's first friend. And Naruto's type of friend, obviously, that will go to the depths of hell to drag your ass back up, beat your ass, and make sure you never go back there.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I mean, of course Naruto's going to bond with Sasuke more because they're similar, right? Okay, they have a similar backstory. When I say similar, I mean they were both pretty much orphans. Yeah. Sakura didn't even learn in depth about the Uchiha massacre until way later.
About Naruto's past either.
Yeah, or about Naruto's past until way later in fucking Shippuden. And granted, somebody's going to say, well, Naruto didn't know about that neither. Matter of fact, they made a comment in their video about how Sakura is always chasing after Sasuke, but Naruto's doing the same thing, and how it's a story about them chasing Sasuke. But again, Sakura is chasing after Sasuke to get on his dick. Okay? Naruto is chasing after Sasuke to bring him back as a friend. That's the difference here. There's a difference. They have different reasons why they're chasing after Sasuke. Sakura, I mean, and I'm sure Sakura grew to care for Sasuke more the more time she spent with him. But in the beginning, it was all about his looks. That's all it was. It was a looks thing. It wasn't about personality. It wasn't about his backstory. It wasn't, like, I like Sasuke because he's Sasuke. It was, I like Sasuke because Sasuke is so hot. Oh my gosh, WTF.
Make the panty drop.
Yeah, make the panty drop, right? That's all it was. Naruto had a different reason. Okay? So you can't compare
looks over personality and soul.
Yeah. And you can't compare why Sakura is chasing after Sasuke to why Naruto is chasing after Sasuke. It's two separate reasons. Naruto's chasing after him because he's his true friend. Sakura's doing it because she wants to get in his pants. That's it. You guys got anything else on that point?
No, you pretty much covered what we all were thinking.
Yeah.
On to the next point.
All right. Point number 31. Oh no, that's the one we decided to scratch off. Sorry. 31, we decided to scratch that off because it was the foreshadowing.
Yeah, it was a full foreshadowing of Sasuke being taken.
Yeah, so we decided we're not even going to touch. We're not going to touch on that.
And the final point, 32.
It's character development. So,
but before we do that, point 28 we didn't cover because Guns here wanted to make that a group discussion. So would you please go back to point 28, Creeder?
Point 28. Well, point 28. Yeah, well, point 20. Oh. Yeah, so there's point 28, which is, again, the character development, and then point 31, which is realistic character development. So they both kind of tie into each other.
Realist character development.
Yeah, realist. So they both kind of tie into each other. So
pretty much what we're getting at here, people, is that close to, like, in the video, if I'm correct, it was close to the end part.
46 minutes and 7 seconds.
So,
and when they were talking about the most developed character in Boruto, that was at 38 minutes and 58 seconds.
Pretty much them saying that the only person who had the most character development in all of Naruto and Boruto.
Well, the greatest. They said that Sakura had the greatest character development.
And I'm sorry.
Well, before you say that, why don't we let Guns? Guns says, this is the part of the video where Guns has been wanting to speak his mind. So, Guns,
go ahead.
The floor is yours. And if you need us to jump in, we will jump in. So, first of all, start off with greatest development, greatest character development in Boruto. Then I want you to talk about the most realistic character development. And then you can talk about the special point you want to talk about. We'll save that for...
So, Guns, we're walking off stage. The spotlight is on you. The mic's in your hand. Tell the people watching.
One of the characters that had the most character development is Hinata.
Matter of fact, I think, in my opinion, she's the most developed female character of the Konoha 11.
Yeah.
From Naruto, OG Naruto, to Boruto.
Yeah. Because in the beginning of Naruto, she's shy and all this.
Shy, timid, doesn't want to get too close, stutters over her words. Like, in a way, the adorable, nervous, cute girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, as the show progressed, as they're entering the Chunin exams, she actually takes up Naruto's motto. Then, again, as the story progresses, she's getting better with her fighting, better with her dialogues, pretty much better with everything that she's doing.
She's slowly becoming more and more bold.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much.
And it goes to show because when we jump into Shippuden, she has you can clearly tell.
Shippuden for anime, second part of the manga for the manga readers, but
yeah, you can clearly tell she's become different. She's a little more outspoken. She's not as shy. I mean, she has her moments, of course, but still,
yeah,
she's.
But the thing about those moments, right, is she genuinely loves and cares for Naruto. And we're gonna get more in depth in this when we talk about bonds, specifically Sakura character development versus when a character has bonds with other characters. There's a difference here. There's a difference that, and we're gonna get into that. But as far as Hinata, Hinata is just the most developed female from OG Naruto to Boruto. I mean, like they were saying, it was all the points that they were saying. Plus the fact that she changes again. She's more outspoken, in the Shippuden era, and definitely in the Boruto era.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
she's like a completely different person in the Boruto era. Like,
yeah,
even more.
Yeah,
like her combat has gotten better. Like you said, she's more outspoken. She's
way more outspoken. Matter of fact,
she literally scares Naruto.
Yeah. Matter of fact, there's now this is anime. Well, okay, we won't do anime stuff. But even in the manga, she's more outspoken and she's supportive.
Yeah.
Very much supportive. I mean, what? And look, I'll be honest, okay? Like, we're all a little partial to Hinata because Hinata's like obviously best waifu in Naruto, hands down. But it's more to it than that. Like, just even character development, it's so much better. If you look at Hinata, character-wise, personality character-wise, and you can look at Sakura,
who from the beginning started off as just best way to describe it, gold digging bitch.
Yeah. And I guess this is where we can kind of start giving specific examples and bond. Remember, we talked about bonds versus character development. So here's the thing, people.
The difference.
Hinata grew as a character. Her character changed. Her character took 180. She's not shy anymore. Her combat's better. All that good stuff. Yes, as a person, she's mostly a shy person. So yes, she will resort back to that. That's just people. That's just how people are.
That's just human nature.
Human nature. But for the most part, she's grown as a character. From where she was. Sakura really hasn't. Besides power-wise,
and maybe some slight personality change, she's still kind of the same. And in the manga, there's cues in that for you to clearly see that. I mean, she's had some decent character development, but I wouldn't exactly call it a complete 180 change like Hinata.
Yeah.
She
basically, from, what was it, chapter 3 they were introduced?
Sakura does is mature. That's it.
Yeah. Well, and even that could be questionable because if you look at, I believe it's chapter 3 where we were introduced to Sakura, right? Chapter 3 or 4. Mm-hmm. As a matter of fact, I think it's chapter 3. Chapter 4 is, I think, when they do the belt test. Somewhere around there. Chapter 3, 4, when they're introduced, okay? She's riding Sasuke's dick.
Yeah.
And most of the second part of Naruto. Shippuden era, quote unquote.
She wants Sasuke's dick.
In Boruto era, she wants Sasuke's dick. Matter of fact, she gets Sasuke's dick.
And still not happy.
Still not happy. Okay? Now, because, and the reason I say that is because Hinata is supportive. She knows her man, needs to work, needs to take care of the village, never complains about it, never does anything like that. What does Sakura do? Anytime Sakura mentions Sasuke to Sakura, what does Sakura do? Oh, Sasuke! Yeah, and I get it, right? There's people out there, like real life. Okay, let's take this example to real life. There's people that deploy, go do their jobs, families miss them, right? But at the end of the day, they realize their husband, brother, sister, spouse, sibling, whatever, is making a difference in the world. And that's what Sasuke's doing. He's in Boruto. He's trying to make a difference, trying to go through Kaguya's tombs and temples and figure out what her deal is, and the Atsushi clan, and eventually the Kira organization and all that stuff, right? And that stuff takes time. It's almost like he's deployed doing a mission for his village. Mm-hmm. And Sakura just rides that dick so goddamn hard. And, sometimes complains. And Hinata, I don't think ever once did that.
I think he might have, whenever maybe Naruto did forget a few vital things that he should have been there for. But other than that, she's literally been his rock.
Yeah. Sakura, it's not. And I mentioned earlier about bonds and versus character development. Here's the thing, people. Matter of fact, Leon, you go ahead and take this over because we've had this conversation several times.
See, there's a difference between bonds and character development. Character development is seeing a character you like, slowly grow in their personality, their abilities, proficiency, stuff like that. There's a wide range of things. A bond is something that is forged through.
They can go from talking to talk, and then go to walk to walk.
Yeah. Well, thing about bonds is like the way I look at it is character development is you're developing yourself. Bond, you're developing that bond, right?
Just like in real life between you and the other person or others.
Yes. So character development can definitely strain from bonds, and there's plenty of examples to that through Naruto and multiple different mangas and animes. But does that mean that it doesn't mean that just because Sakura has a deeper bond with Sasuke, with Naruto, with all of them now, that doesn't necessarily mean that has that character development. It just means she has a stronger bond and
with them.
Yeah.
There's a difference. So, another perfect example. I can't believe I didn't think of this beforehand. Perfect example. Okay, that's a male character because I think Hinata is the one that has had the most character development from OG Naruto to Boruto. But a male character is Sai.
Yeah. And everyone was literally Sai was a more. If I had to say, he was more machine than he was human.
Yeah. And speaking of Sai, we're going to backtrack a little bit because we forgot to mention something that they brought up in their video, okay? Mm-hmm. About Sai's curse mark and Sai calling Sakura curse mark.
And in case you didn't know, there was a point during the whole Sasuke retrieval arc, Sakura was planning.
Well, it wasn't the Sasuke retrieval arc was when they were following him and it was when they went up to the land of iron for the five Kage Summit arc.
During that, my bad. Thank you guys for correcting me on that. But during that arc, there was a part where Sakura, Sai, Kiba, Neji, Ten.
Oh yeah, when the group.
Yeah. I was about to say I know what I'm talking about. Good.
I thought you were talking about
no.
when they left.
No, pretty much you had
this whole group of people.
Which had some very memorable, which had some very cool characters like Kiba, Neji, Rock Lee, Ten. I believe Ino was there, maybe Ino, Choji, and Shikamaru as well. They were like patrolling, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Sai and Sakura were having their own little discussion. Yeah. Sakura was planning to try and convince Naruto to cease going after Sasuke because she was getting tired and worried of seeing him break himself down to the bone time and time again.
Well, what he's describing is what that video made you believe.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, people. Sakura, and I'm just going to go ahead and say it, and you guys may disagree with me on this, but let's be real. Sakura was going to get that Uchiha dick, and she was going to go join Sasuke. And they bring up in the video how she didn't kill. Well, here's the thing, people. Wouldn't you hesitate too if you went to go join this guy and he said, okay, join me by killing this person? you would hesitate too, wouldn't you? Seriously, think about that for a second.
You let's say you had a long-standing friend who kind of went on a dark path, but you thought you could probably bring him back to the light if you joined him and were there. He's like, okay, prove your loyalty. Let's say there's a comrade of his who thought she meant more to him. Kill her right now, and I'll let you join me.
You would hesitate. And that's what she does. And because of that, Sasuke's like, time's up, bitch, you're next, right? And then that's when Kakashi comes in, and eventually Naruto, right? But if she didn't want Naruto to do it, she wouldn't have knocked out everybody else, because everybody knew where she was going.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't go there to kill Sasuke. She didn't want them to follow them back. She went to go join. I mean, that's my honest opinion. You guys disagree with it if you want. That's my honest opinion.
But but to go back to what Creator said about Sakura being a curse mark, as she told Sai this, which would have been very not vindictive, but very vain of her for her own means, because it was mainly for her supposedly caring about Naruto and all this.
Mm-hmm.
Sai would later go on to explain and show her his own version of a curse mark placed on it by Danzo,
mm-hmm.
preventing him from saying anything negative or cruel about Danzo. Because if he did, guess what would be gone? His tongue. Which, and of course, being on a comedic standpoint, Guns didn't bring this up. Wouldn't he be able to write still?
Yeah.
He could still write it down and
or
show
draw.
it.
He's a good drawer, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, just for shits and giggles. But yeah, back to that. Sai literally tells her, if you do this, you will be a permanent curse mark on Naruto.
Yep.
And
I 100% agree.
And as they say, that is the lowest of the low. You will be the most hated person for doing that to him.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, Sakura being Sakura, go figure. It's just there's just not much to say.
Guns, do you have anything to add to this?
No.
All right, so we did character development. We did character development versus bonds. Let's talk about
And we also did the realist character development.
Yes, we did.
So we've covered all the points.
Did we do realist character development?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay, we did. Okay.
So that's
Guns. Moment of truth, baby.
Oh yes, the little thing.
So at this point in time, if you have not seen or caught up on Black Clover,
which me and Guns have, awesome anime. Love the characters. Love. It's just an epic anime. But what brings it to us, and I feel,
first of all, spoiler alert, if you have not fully caught up on Black Clover, you were warned. You were warned. Anyway.
Unfortunately, our boy Creator here has not seen the anime whatsoever.
So I'm staying out of this conversation, but they have something to say about a certain comment that they were making. I believe it starts at the end of the video. I don't have the exact time for that. The time will be somewhere on the page for you to look for it.
And I'm sorry to say this, but this pissed both me and Guns off substantially, because
no, just let Guns. Guns has been wanting to do this.
I'll stay out of this because him his own little rant. So Guns, buddy, floor is yours again. Go hog wild.
Take as long as you need.
Well, towards the end of the video, they said that Sakura from Naruto had better character development than
Noelle from Black Clover.
Noelle from Black Clover, which is 100% wrong. Noelle, when you first meet her character,
she's like
she's snobby, but you have to think she comes from a royalty background, and royal snobbery is all she knows, because her brothers
and sister
put her through hell.
All because of her being the youngest and not as developed in magic as them. Ooh.
Basically, yes. But as she grows with the team, and they find out that she can't control her powers, they don't mock her for it. They try to help.
They literally do the complete opposite of what she expects.
Basically, they do the opposite of what Sakura did during the first few episodes when she was talking to Sasuke about how Naruto is an orphan because of that.
Yeah. That's like chapter 5 or 6, by the way, if you guys want to reference that.
Yeah.
But yeah, for you guys to literally have the audacity to do that, like, really? Really? Like, guys, just... I'm just gonna let guns take over because it's ridiculous for them to do that.
Anyways, Ash Noel joins the team and grows with the team. She slowly but surely learns to trust others and improve her power. For example, when they're supposed to go to an underwater temple to retrieve a magic stone. And in order to do that, they have to have a ball around them so they can breathe.
Because without that,
sustain pressure from the water.
Because I mean, in basic knowledge, we can't breathe underwater. Yeah.
And the more deep you go, the harder the pressure is.
And might we add that there's enough that the deepest part has enough.
And it wasn't just that; it was also magic defenses too. So she had to make a ball around them to withstand that. But every time she tries, she fails. She can't either sustain it or it just goes out of control and then attacks her. But at one point, she is able to control it thanks to the help of her comrades. And another part that she can't control is she can't attack. Like when she attacks something, it would go left, right, up, down, whatever. It would just miss the target. And she found out that subconsciously she wants to miss because she doesn't want to hurt anybody. So, but with the underwater temple going on, she lets go of that and she's able to hit her target. Anything else you want to add?
Plain simple, but really. And of course, throughout the whole thing, she slowly starts to develop her own way of feelings towards Asta, but of course, still berates the hell out of him, beats the crap out of him.
She's a Sundra.
Yeah. But still, it's still fun. But really, she has more character development than Sakura.
Yeah.
By a long shot. And like Denny said, there were times where she immediately would think that her teammates would just mock her for it, but no. They stuck by her side, they helped her, they proved that.
And she actually looked down on poor people and peasants. And while with the Black Bulls, which is considered the lowest of the low of Magic Knights,
things that at their latest, I guess, star rating or whatever they called it, guess which other Magic Knight group rose to second place?
Yeah.
The Magic Bulls, with Asta being their main man. So, guess what? Just because you're the lowest of the low and just because you're poor doesn't mean you can't surpass others.
Yep.
But pretty much what we're saying is that it pissed me and Guns off that they compared Sakura to Noelle, to where Sakura had better character development, which is complete and utter bullshit. But yeah, plain and simple, that's about it. I mean, those are all the points. This has been our opinion on things and our facts. So we hope you guys enjoyed this. We hope you guys like, comment, subscribe. We're not in this for the money. Like I told you guys before, and I know Guns and Creedy here agree with me. We're here because we want to do this. We love doing this because it's fun to do. It's something that gives us joy in that, and we do it for you guys. We do it for the guys who have stuck by us so far, and we hope to get more of you. But I'll turn this over to our boy Creeder, and take it away, buddy.
So essentially, yeah, the same thing. I really appreciate it. This guy, you don't know how long this video, you don't know how long this video took. All right, so it's nice to be able to talk about something that we're passionate about, which we all love, anime. We also, we shouldn't tell them. All right, we have a special video planned, a never before seen video on YouTube.
And literally, Creeder has put in the work to look every single inch for this, and there's no one who's done this, so we'll be taking some special pride in this video.
Yes.
But I know how giddy our boy Creeder is here, so I'll let him do this.
You know what? You will have to find out. They will have to find out.
Yeah.
So, I guess there's only one thing left to say, guys.
Yeah. Pretty much, stay around for that. Rate, comment, subscribe. Leave any other suggestions, like if of what we should talk about, or if you guys like this podcast format type thing. I don't know.
It's still a work in progress, but we'll get a grip on it and we'll lock it down.
Yeah,
as always.
Yeah, of course. So if you like this type of stuff, let us know. If you don't, let us know that too. I mean, shit. I mean, we're just three guys hanging out, drinking beer, talking about stuff we like to watch and read. So,
yeah.
But I think that's been enough of that rant. Unless these sons of bitches got anything,
Nope.
I'm gonna chug this beer and close out for tonight. And you guys have a fun night. You better have a goddamn beer in your hand while doing it. Peace.